Welcome to The Explainer. Think of this session as your high-level executive intelligence briefing. Today, we're looking closely at the shifting sands of the United States political landscape. Things are moving fast, you know. The old rules are practically being rewritten in real time, and we're gonna break down the cold, objective data of what is happening right now. So grab your notes and let's get into it. Okay, let's dive right into this agenda. 1. Executive summary, the shift. 2. Case study, unorthodox alliances. 3. Trend report, intra-party disruptions. 4. Historical context, institutional legacies. And finally, 5. Strategic outlook, institutional trust. We're going to connect 3 seemingly different news items into one cohesive intelligence report. Section 1. Executive summary, the shift. This is our bluff, the bottom line up front. So, here is that bottom line up front. The American political system is undergoing a massive restructuring right before our eyes. It's not just a minor ripple, actually, scratch that, it is a full-blown structural transformation. To truly understand the magnitude of this shift, we're bypassing all the typical political spin and looking directly at ground-level data. We are examining 3 highly specific case studies that, when you combine them, reveal exactly where American politics is heading next. Section 2. Case study, unorthodox alliances. The Epstein transparency push. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the contrast. They say politics makes for strange bedfellows, right? Well, we are currently seeing anomalies that completely defy traditional Washington expectations. Take a look at these 2 lawmakers. On the left, we have Khanna, a Democrat from California. On the right, Thomas Massie, a Republican from Kentucky. Traditionally, these 2 represent vastly different political ideologies, yet they are surprisingly working closely together, actively demanding more public access to information connected to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. And it's a real anomaly. This is a rare point of convergence in Washington right now. Their bipartisan strategic alliance is built entirely on the shared core argument. The public deserves answers, and powerful people should not receive special protection. Despite their major political differences, this mutual push for transparency has drawn massive national attention. And honestly, it's primarily because this level of cross-aisle cooperation has become incredibly rare in our modern political climate. Section 3, Trend Report, Intra-Party Disruptions, the Republican Primary Battle. While we just saw an instance of rare cooperation across the aisle, we're simultaneously witnessing fierce, fundamental battles happening from within the parties themselves. And this brings us to a crucial concept for our briefing, the loyalty test. In current GOP primaries, this has become a very real measure of a candidate's alignment with and public support for former President Donald Trump. As the data objectively shows, former President Trump continues to actively target Republicans who publicly oppose him, which is fundamentally altering the internal dynamics of the party. And here is where our data points intersect in just a fascinating narrative pivot. Remember Representative Thomas Massie, the guy we just saw collaborating across the aisle on transparency? Well, Massie had built a very strong reputation as an independent conservative voice, and he openly disagreed with Trump on several important issues. But in Kentucky's Republican primary, Massie was defeated by a Trump-backed challenger. This single primary race proves the massive, ongoing influence Trump retains inside the GOP. Looking at these viewpoints, we can neutrally observe the competing interpretations of these exact internal party dynamics. Political experts are noting that these races are definitively becoming loyalty tests. Supporters look at these primary results and they believe Trump is actively strengthening the Republican Party by consolidating its base. On the flip side, critics look at the exact same primary results and worry that the party is losing crucial independent conservative voices. 2026, that is our next major data horizon. Analysts predict this internal divide is only going to intensify as we approach the midterm elections, meaning incumbent safety in primaries no longer guaranteed. It's completely shaking up election strategies across the board. Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds. Historical context, institutional legacies, the era of Barney Frank. To truly understand where our political institutions are going, we have to look at the close of a major era. America recently lost a significant political figure. Former Congressman Barney Frank passed away at the age of 86. He served in Congress for more than 3 decades, absolutely cementing his status as a highly influential political force in modern United States history. And this brilliantly illustrates his dual impact on the country. Frank became nationally known for 2 massive legacies. First, in civil rights, he was one of the first openly gay members of Congress at a time when very few politicians were willing to publicly come out. Second, in economic policy, he was the primary architect of the Dodd-Frank financial reform law. This was the massive legislation passed after the 2008 financial crisis, designed specifically to radically increase oversight of major banks and Wall Street institutions. Leaders from across the political spectrum are now reflecting on this monumental legacy.
Section 5, Strategic Outlook, Institutional Trust, Synthesizing the Data.
So, the crucial point is this. As a busy executive or a focused learner, you need to know what this all means when put together. Let's look at the strategic forecast. While these three stories might seem completely different on the surface, they are all symptoms of the exact same restructuring. Step 1. We recognize new, unorthodox cross-party alliances forming, like the Khanna Massie push for transparency. Step 2. We observe political parties becoming fiercely divided internally, as seen with Massie's primary defeat. Step 3. We acknowledge that public trust in legacy institutions, the kind built by figures like Barney Frank, continues to face immense pressure from literally every direction.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question for today's briefing. Are these dramatic shifts signs of political progress, a necessary evolution of our system, or are they indicators of growing instability? That's what we want you to consider as you look at the data. So what do you think? Comment below with your strategic analysis. And make sure to subscribe to The Explainer for more fast, objective breakdowns. Thanks so much for joining this briefing, and we'll see you next time.